Good morning. Today is going to be a vlog style video. We're actually going to pick up an E46 M3. I was not planning on this at all, but the deal arose and I had just actually sold my DRZ, so I had a bit of cash from that too. It's just a deal I couldn't really pass up, and E46 M3s are probably one of my favorite cars to drive. I mean, they handle insane, they're really comfortable, the power's great, they rev to 8 grand. I don't know, just really nice cars. Out of all of the cars I've owned, I'd probably like E46 the best. And I've had 3 E36 M3s, so that's kind of saying a lot. But yeah, in today's market, they're going for like $20,000+ even for a basic one that don't have, you know, the major fixes, and I'll get into those in a minute. But this one is going for like about 8 to 9 grand. I should be able to haggle this guy to like 8, hopefully, and that'll leave me some wiggle room to get all those major maintenance items done. Essentially, for E46 M3s, you guys have probably read about this. The common problems are subframe cracking. So I actually brought Jack with me today to jack up and inspect the car before I buy it. Even if it is a little bit cracked, I think I can get away with that and have my buddy Chris weld in those subframe reinforcement plates. But it's kind of a pain because you have to drop the whole subframe and everything. But he's got a lift now, so that shouldn't be too bad. And then the other common issue is the Vanos. It has a dual Vanos module that I guess the exhaust hubs like to shear off the bolts, which is kind of scary. So I'm gonna probably get that done too. And he said for this particular car, it needs definitely needs a valve adjustment and water pump and thermostat and all the cooling system stuff gone over, but that's fairly common for any BMW cooling system problems. Let's see what else. The third item is rod bearings. So maybe while we're tackling the subframe stuff, I can drop the front cradle as well and then throw some bearings in it, and it should be good. There are cars, S54s, that have gone 350,000 miles on the original rod bearings, and some have failed under 100,000 miles. So it's kind of a gamble if you don't change those out. And I kind of want to keep this car for a bit. It's got 145,000 miles on it, fairly low, you know, for the age. I think it's a 2003. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about this because, you know, I wasn't really looking into them because today's market is just wild, but I wanted to pick one up eventually. And even if I don't decide to keep it, I could probably flip it and at least double my money, and then eventually the end goal is to get an Evo 5. But I don't know, we'll see where this journey takes us and how much I like the car. The other thing that's good about this particular car is it's pretty much unmolested. It's got stock wheels, it's got nothing really done to it. I did look at the Carfax. There was a ton of maintenance records at various dealerships, and there was only 3 owners on record, so it's not like it's been handed around. So I think it's been fairly well taken care of. It seems like an older dude has owned it for a bit, so I don't think there should be too many surprises involved, and it should be fairly reliable. But I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and we're going up to St. George, Utah to grab this car. So right on the border of Utah and Arizona, but I have to go around the Grand Canyon, obviously. So it's about a 6-hour drive going through Vegas. I don't know, should be a fun little trip. I haven't really been out in a while either because of gas prices, but here I am driving a big F-150. Just filling up a quarter tank on this thing was like 50 bucks, so I'm kind of interested to see how much gas I'm gonna go through on this trip. Shout out to U-Haul for this car trailer. It's like around 50 bucks to rent it for 24 hours, which I think was worth it. And cool feature about that is the driver's side fender folds down on that, so you can actually get in and out of a low car. We'll see how the ramps do, but I mean, being a stock E46 M3, it's not really that low, but I really hope it doesn't high center. I have some boards I'm bringing, so hopefully the load up goes well. And then there's these two tire nets in the front, so they kind of just strap around the entire front tire and then hook in, and then you're done. So strapping a car down is super easy too. There's all these guys buying these car trailers, but honestly, if you're only going to use it every maybe couple of years to pick up a project car, it's not really worth to buy it. Another random thought, I just can't believe I'm going to be potentially owning 3 M cars at once. It's a little bit sketchy, but I don't know. I think I would probably use the E46 for longer trips. They're fairly reliable, actually. And maybe like a little bit of track use or autocross. I don't know. And you know, I still got the Vet that I'm building, so there's just a lot going on at once. Just a little update on the Supercharged E36. That car has been a little bit finicky, I would say. I need to just get it properly dialed in so I can trust it a little bit more. And then with the heat in Arizona and having a stock radiator on that thing, it did overheat a little bit the other day when I was trying to retune for the M50 manifold. Did not really like it, so probably not going to touch that car until it starts cooling down after summer. But at least I'll have, you know, I'll probably have the Vet finished, and then I'll have this new car to drive. I really don't like beating on the F82. I don't know, just if something breaks on that thing, it's just going to be stupid expensive and I don't want to deal with it. So that's sort of my daily driver right now. Yes, it is fun in the canyons, and yes, it is a very good stock car. I don't really want to risk messing that thing up. Really the end goal with that car is potentially holding its value and trading that thing in once I'm able to afford a C7 Z06. That would probably be my next move for like my higher end car. But yeah, they're just, I don't know, I got a lot of cars now, and got to figure out what I want to do with each one. If you guys want to comment down below and let me know what you guys think, what I should do with each car and the purpose of each, and kind of building it for that, that'd be cool, because I'm just kind of winging it at this point. So things just got a little bit interesting. The seller called me, is like, oh hey, my license expired and I'm not able to get the title notarized. And I'm like, okay. He's like, is it okay still? You want to come out and buy the car? I'm like, yeah, I'm like a quarter of the way there, kind of. And I don't know, looking at the laws and rules and whatever for title transfer, it says that like if their state doesn't require a notarized title, then it wouldn't be required for a transfer here. Hopefully that's the case. I mean, I guess worst case scenario is once he figures out his license situation, he can get the title notarized. I can mail it to him. Check out this unit. Look at this rig. That thing is wild. He's got like exhaust coming out the back. He had an exhaust pipe coming out of the roof. What the heck? Made it to Wickenburg. Just gonna look over the truck and trailer. It's doing pretty good so far. So this is the only truck route to Vegas, and it's all single lane. entire way to like between Wickenburg and Kingman. The road is like really bad condition, and yeah, I think they really need to widen this road and let the trucks stay in the right lane and let the cars pass. I mean, there are some sections like this where you can pass, but I just wish they opened this up to 2 lanes at least so people can get through. The wind is absolutely extreme. Look at this huge dust devil. I don't know if you can really see it that well. Man, look at that baby. Woo! I couldn't even see anything for a minute there. That's the Las Vegas Apex track. So I think we're in Utah now. Well, on the border of Utah and Arizona, but this road is kind of cool. I had to take this because there's a whole bunch of construction down the main road, so kind of driving down this canyon. I wish I had an actual sports car to drive down here. That'd be kind of nice, but it's kind of twisty, kind of scenic, pretty nice. There's a whole bunch of like streams and stuff down there. That's a crazy road. Yeah, Nevada and Utah look basically like a naked version of Arizona. Like all the landscape just has very little greenery, like up on the mountains and everything. We have a lot more vegetation up on the hills. I think Arizona looks a lot nicer, but that's just me. Yeah, see, all that traffic is completely at a standstill. I'm glad I'm taking this little side road right here, right next to the highway, because like that is not moving at all and doesn't even look like it would move for a while. I think the original route was going to add like another 40 minutes of the trip, so yeah, glad that's not going to happen. On the way back, I might go through like Flagstaff and Sedona and all that. I think the road was open because there's that big fire right now in Flag, so maybe I can go back down that route, but it's gonna be a little bit sketchy with the car on the back and driving through those twisty roads. I don't know if I really want to do that either, so we'll have to see how much time that's gonna add, because right now this route coming back the same way, I'd probably get home around like 1 or 2 a.m., which is kind of rough. So yeah, we'll see. This red rock we're coming up on is pretty neat. It almost reminds me of Sedona. Yeah, the red rocks are pretty cool. Really cool area. All right, baggage secured. I talked them down to 8,500 bucks. So for a clean title E46 M3 right now, that is a massive steal. The only issue is he doesn't have any maintenance records for the 3 major maintenance items, like I talked about earlier in the video, which isn't a huge deal for the price. That's why I kind of haggled with him a little bit. Definitely needs new headlights and taillights to freshen things up. It is a pre-facelift, or LCI, I guess, so it doesn't have the LED taillights, but those are easy to swap in. And then the interior, looks like there's a drink spilled in the passenger seat. A little bit of a stain, but I actually have a carpet cleaner at home, so see how that goes. And then obviously the SMG was the main problem with it. I don't think he realizes that you could throw a self-centering shifter in there and take off all the SMG crap on the back of the transmission, the tail shaft of the transmission, and just literally convert it to manual. So all you need is a pedal box, manual pedal box, master and slave cylinder, self-centering shifter, and then that's pretty much it. And then like a retune. Yo, shut the fuck up, Siri. Anyways, and then that's all I really need to get the car running. He said after a while the SMG pump kind of loses its pressure and then doesn't want to shift and stays in gear. So yeah, before it gets dark here, I want to find a spot to eat and do a little walk around to the car real quick so you guys can see it. Like I said, completely bone stock, but I like it that way. You know, it hasn't been messed with. The previous owner didn't really know about cars, and that's kind of a good thing because he just brought it to professional shops that knew what they were doing instead of someone else tinkering with it that might not have the mechanical skills. So I'd rather have that. I did jack up the back of the car and look at the subframe. I pulled the liner in the trunk to make sure the subframe wasn't cracked. There's 0 cracks. Usually with the SMG cars, they turn up the shift severity all the way.
Turn right on
and
1000 East.
Yo, can you shut the fuck up? And I think it's so damn annoying. And yeah, so the shift severity, they turn it all the way up, and then it shifts so hard that you got problems.
In 800 feet, turn left onto 100 Northeast St. George
destroying the subframe because it puts a lot of shock on the rear end every time it shifts. Alright, so here's a little look around. Funny enough, I'm sitting in front of Best Buy because this is the Best Buy car. So, alright, this clip is kind of hanging down. That's fairly standard. The car is super dirty, but my main concern actually on the car was this trim right here. It's really hard to replace these seals, and luckily it wasn't leaking because there's a seal on the inside. But it's got Dynon tips but doesn't have an actual Dynon exhaust. Missing this little cover right here, and then like I said, pre-LCI tail lights. Super sun faded, so we're gonna fix those. This side's all deteriorated too. Let's see what else. Stock wheels. Bumper is a little bit messed up, but not too bad. Still got the OEM glass fog lights, they're not cracked. Interior, I'm not gonna open the door because it's locked, but the driver's seat's a little mangled. But overall, it's not bad. The underside, 0 rust. Subframe looks all good. It does have the rear tow arms for whatever reason. I don't know, maybe the stock ones were bent, but there's actually the body's straight, the paint's good. The headlights are an absolute mess, but you can get just these lens covers. Let's see what else. I don't know. That's pretty much it. I think it was a pretty good deal, but let me know in the comments what you guys want me to do with this thing. Definitely has potential. Might be a flip car eventually, but I don't know. We'll see where it takes us. So I think that's gonna do it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think of this thing. Let me know what you want me to do with it, future plans. What would you do with it? I think it was a pretty good deal. It just the drive kind of sucks. About six and a half hours, 7 hours each way, but overall it went pretty smooth. Just heading my way back here, and yeah, thanks for watching.